Welcome, my name is Abel Sanchez. In this lesson, we're going to be looking at NPM. At its core, it is the package manager for Node.js. And the numbers, very much like Node.js, are truly surprising. Right before I started this recording, I went and got the latest ones. Here you can see that the registry has over 250,000 modules or packages. Those names are used interchangeably. It's had over 175 million downloads in the past day alone. Through the week, 976 million. That's over 120,000 downloads per minute. And within the last month, it's had 4.5 billion downloads. So without a doubt, NPM, together with Node.js, is one of the most important pieces of infrastructure that we've had throughout the last 2 years. So let's go ahead and take a closer look at what a module is. At its core, it is simply a little bit of JavaScript, and I'll show you how simple it can be in a minute, that is accompanied by some JSON. The JSON is the metadata accompanying your small package of JSON. So let's go ahead and take a look at an example. As you can see here, let me go ahead and show you in the directory what it looks like. I have a directory with my package, and it simply has two files, index, where I have my code, and then package, which is the metadata accompanying my package. So let's go ahead and take a look at what that looks like in the editor. As I mentioned, they can be very, very, very small. In this case, they are simply saying hello world. Anybody that downloads this package, installs it, would be able to write hello world to the console. And what you see in the second file, that's package.json, it's the metadata accompanying that file. This was automatically generated by a tool in the CLI, and we'll take a look at how that works later. But it has the normal things you might imagine. It has version, it has a name, it has a license, the author, which is me in this case. So let's go ahead and go back to our slides. So you can see there, just as I mentioned, you can publish, you can push your package onto NPM, and anybody that's interested can do the same thing by downloading and installing it just as easily as you pushed it up. This is a very lightweight and simple model for collaboration, and very much in the same spirit of Node.js. The idea is to build small pieces that do one thing and do them well. You would then gather a number of these to create an application. So very much in the same spirit of the web, where you have these small independent pieces that through the infrastructure of the web can compose the World Wide Web. In this case, we have these small pieces that are loosely joined that are distributed through NPM, and the rest of the community can leverage them. You can certainly share with the world, you can share with your team, and it facilitates collaboration, and you can also discover these through NPM. Let's go ahead and go to this site, and the name of the site is npmjs.com. And if you were interested, there's pretty much a package, as you can imagine, with over 200,000. There's pretty much a package for anything you might want to do. Let me search for a package that I know that's called Johnny 5. And as you can see, this is a very popular package. It's had 11,000 downloads just in the last day, and this package is for robotics. So pretty much anything you can imagine. And by the way, if you're interested in robotics, this is one of the most comprehensive JavaScript libraries that covers pretty much about any board out there that exists. Raspberry Pi, Arduino, you name it, it has support. It has over 75 developers, and you can get an idea of how good this is. But this is simply an example of the many hundreds of thousands of packages that exist. As I mentioned, you can discover in here through NPM, and so I invite you to go ahead and take a look and discover what else you might be interested in. Just in closing, I'd like to say that oftentimes when people talk about NPM, they might be talking about one of three things. The very first one is the website that we just took a look at. The second one is the registry. That's the big database in the cloud that has a listing of all of the packages that exist. And third, it might be the client, the CLI, command line interface that you see right here. In this case, I'm simply writing a command that lists some of the packages on this machine. So with that, welcome to NPM. In subsequent lessons, we'll dig into the examples, write a package, install a package, and so on. But this one is simply the introduction. So with that, I invite you as an exercise to go to NPM and browse around, see what kind of packages you can discover. Goodbye.